All right, y'all, how's it going? Hey, we are back out again, obviously, but we're on a different section of river. Last trip, I noticed that, kind of first thing in the morning, it was pretty good. Then the bite died off, but it seemed like the closer and closer I got to the steam plant, the hotter and hotter that water got. So like when we were up there, it was probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoons when, of course it just got too hot to be outside anyway. It was like 96 degrees the water temp was. That's hot. And so I think the closer we got is the reason why the bite stopped. I think. That's just speculation on my part, but I noticed that it got pretty stinking hot. So I've been chasing bait all morning. I got a mixed bag. I got some yellow bass, I got some white bass. I did catch me 2 nice drums, so they are definitely going to get cut up and used because it worked pretty good last time. So I've been running around chasing bait. This place here has so I'll show you what I was talking about last time, and the reason why I come to this stretch of river is because that is what I was looking for last time, but I didn't have any of that. So that's all fish, right around that 20 foot mark, stuff like that. And so I did a lot of scanning, looking for an area like that, which it's like this. Well, all the way back that way, but it's just, Draggin, that's just dumb. But we have fished here about a week or so ago. We're gonna go around this point and then we're gonna keep going. It's like a little short shoot, and then we're gonna pick up and go somewhere else. It's not a very long drag at all, but we did pretty good last time we were here. So that's kind of the plan. Then I'll get my float rig set back up again, and then seeing if we could get some of them fish that are right around that. I mean, there's been some pretty decent marks that I've been scanning down through here that are up, like I said, that 12 to 15 foot part of the water column. So I don't know what they are. They could all be gar. I don't know, but we're gonna toss that anyway to see what happens. I really want to catch one on it. So, but yeah, that's the plan. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna do this little short drag, and then we're gonna pick up. And there's another stretch that I found that had the same thing, and it had fish on the bottom too. So whether we get them to bite or not, it's completely different, because they're only running one generator right now, so we do have current, but it's very, very little. That was evident by me trying to chase bait this morning. It was kind of tough, but I got plenty of bait for today. It just took a little bit longer to get, but yeah. So let's get some baits cut up and get some boards tossed out and see what happens. Yeah, he still got it. God, on that big piece of white bass. I mean, we got to get the skunk out one way or the other, but God, that's a big piece of white bass. And he ate a very big fish. But same thing as last time. As soon as we come around that point there, sure we're in line. Yeah, he's not a very big fish at all. I mean, he's no dink, but man. Come on in here, buddy. Come on in here, buddy. I appreciate you getting the skunk out of the boat. You just... What do you got in your throat, buddy? Easy, easy. I don't know what that is. You got something. That is like a big rib bone, I guess. of something. Golly, buddy. What else you got in there? I mean, I ain't gonna pull it up, but yeah, he done got a hold of something. You old pig thing, you. Well, I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, that whatever rib bone that was, that come off a big fish. Well, I don't know, y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to see if what kind of current we got, because we got to do something different. I'm thinking about going back down, and if we've got current off that point, maybe possibly sitting on that structure back there for a little while, seeing if anything's is hanging out in there and moving through there. It doesn't look like we have a whole lot of current though. Actually, we don't have any current. Yeah, so I'll change that. Okay, so we're just gonna, oh gee, getting tired. Not a whole lot going on down this stretch. So we're gonna just pack up, we're gonna move to a different stretch, and I don't know. See if there's anything going on there. Man, I'll tell you what. I mean, it's not a very long drag, so it's not like we wasted a whole bunch of time, but it's just, geez. One fish? That doesn't even seem right. All right, y'all, so we come to a different stretch. I was scanning a lot of structure along this bank, and I mean, I seen fish in it, but you know, it's gonna be tough to fish right now without being able to set up on them. But anyway, I did scan out here towards the channel, and I seen a bunch of scattered fish, and I seen some good looking scattered fish. So I scanned probably about, I don't know, I probably scanned about 3/4 of a mile, and I seen quite a few fish. Now, obviously they still gotta wanna eat, just like the last place. Seen several fish, but they didn't wanna eat, so. But it's a little bit different. You know, it's just a different bottom. It sets up a little bit different. We're gonna be working a inside bend, and then we got you know, kind of comes up to shallow mud flats up there on the sides there. So maybe they're just out here chilling for the day, and they move up there to feed, you know, in the evening. So, but then again, that also still makes them pretty hard to catch. But either way, we're gonna get some baits cut up. We got one more. We just had a barge go by. I let him go by. We got another one that's coming up river, so it's not gonna be too terrible if we can get around this point here before he gets here. But I guess let me get some baits out. There we go. There we go. Wanted him a piece of white bass. We've got a lot more bites down through this stretch. This may be just the way it sets up. You know, like I said, it's a different bottom here. It's a soft bottom, like mud bottom, sand bottom, whatever you want to call it. But it just sets up different. And where we still seen the fish, but we got one bite and we caught that one fish. Now granted, we have had 2 or 3 bites here, and this is the only fish that's hooked up. And he is not a monster. And they're so pretty in this clean water. Give him a minute, see if he gets some more air out. He just had another one. You gonna take it? You gonna take it? Oh, he dropped it. He ain't hooked very well. Let's see if we can get him in the boat. Golly, look at the belly on that dude. Jeez. My Lord, buddy. Man. You old fat thing, you. Golly, look at the belly on that thing. Look at that. Oh, he stinks. Been eating good. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. At least this way coming to a new spot wasn't a total waste. I know that bar got to be poking around that corner sometime soon. All we're going to do is just pull out of his way and spot lock until he's gone. Because, like I said, I scanned quite a bit of this water, and there was a lot of fish, and there were some good fish down there. There we go. And the good thing about it, this kind of stretches like this for a couple miles. He got some good head shakes to him. Might be a little bit better than I thought he was. I knew I seen some better fish down there. It's on that big piece of drum. Just out here, because what they're doing, and it makes total sense. Now, I was fishing, you know, kind of the right idea, but you still got to find the right bottom that they're wanting to relate to, that these active fish are relating to. And they're not even really that active, to be honest with you. But ones that are willing to eat, because they are drawing this river down little by little, and which will pull them fish out. But sometimes, you know, you could go too far out. You know, you go too deep. You know, and then you know, get to the wrong area, the wrong stretch of river. Yeah, this ain't a bad fish by no means. He sure didn't bite like a big one. Oh, there we go. Oh, and he dropped it. Boy, he was peeling drag. That is kind of a big head. Oh, golly. He's quite a bit bigger than I thought he was. Like I said, that one that just hit that head, he was peeling drag and just popped free. Heck yeah, come here, buddy. Turn this day around real quick. No, come over here, come over here. No. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, that's a solid 35 right there, y'all. Get him off this hot aluminum. There we go. Yeah, that's a solid 35 right there. Now, I don't know I don't know if these rattles are doing the trick. I mean, oop, keep going. Yeah, we are around some fairly active fish. All right, let's deal with this dude. Yeah, it's a little spot change. Matter of fact, it's not so much any different than the spot we were at as far as like the layout. It's just a bottom change. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah, buddy. Look at this dude. Oh, no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. I knew he was gonna do it. All right, let's try this again, buddy. If you chill out, this will go a lot smoother. Oh, look at this dude. Heck yeah, look at this dude. All right, let me get a picture. All right. All right, you good? All right, one more look, y'all. Yeah, this fish he's probably 38, 40, right around there. All righty, thank you. Appreciate that, buddy. I got one on this one. God dog. Not a bad one either. We ain't even got to the spot where I marked the fish yet, but I guess it'd be I don't know which one to get. This one's a good fish on this one here. Yeah, this one's a good fish. Oh yeah. Oh y'all. I knew I seen some good ones down there. It's almost like work. He's not as good as I thought he was. Not a bad one. He's not terrible by no means. He's just fighting hard. There you go. You chill out right there, buddy. Let me get this one in before he comes off. Yeah, that one felt bigger than what he actually is. Heck yeah. Yeah, he's not a big one either. Oh, he's hooked in the top of the dang head. He rolled on it. Buddy. Yeah, he got hooked in the top of the head. Like, what was you gonna do there, guy? Yeah, not a terrible fish. But yeah, I hooked him right at the top of the head. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, that dang boat was coming right at me, and then he like swerved, like I wasn't real sure what he was gonna do when there's all that river over there. I tell you what, man, I don't know what they're paying attention to, or I don't know if they're paying attention to the graph or whatever the case may be, but they dang sure ain't paying attention to the river, which is something they should be paying attention to. All right, come on in here, buddy. Yeah, this one here was bigger than that last one. Try to keep these fish off that aluminum there. It is warm right now, I promise you that. Heck yeah, buddy. It's old male. Ah, dog. Right in the perfect spot of the mouth. Look at this dude, y'all. That's a good, not quite a triple, but definitely a double. Heck yeah, buddy, appreciate that. Oh, okay. Let's make some sense of this stuff. We don't roll over this water and I ain't got no baits in it. Okay, so we got that barge coming, so let me get out of his way. Like I said, all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull over to the side here so we don't cross it, you know. I mean, if I keep dragging, we get closer to this bank here, we'll hang up about every 5 feet, and I don't wanna do that. We'll get out of his way so that way he can continue on, and we'll pull out behind him and get back to dragging. Oh, got a dog. Got a dog. He's not a monster, but it is another fish, though. Yeah, we should be good there. If he hits us over here, then we got bigger problems than that. Heck yeah. Like I say, man, it's just a little change like that. You know, same spot of the channel, you know, same deal. It's just a different area. But like I said, I know for a fact that this bottom here it's a softer bottom than where we were. You get all them bubbles out, buddy? Come on in here. He's not a terrible one either. Oop, 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 get off my fan, don't. That old big fish knocked my fan over. That's a little short fat thing there. Those things are funny looking. Of course, so are the long and skinny ones, but this one here, he's got an old stump tail. Now here's something I was wondering about, y'all. So this fish, you could see like where he had all them leeches all over his face, you know, because I was catching a bunch of them. Like they're just covered in leeches. I mean, do they just eventually fall off at some point? I mean, does anybody know how that works? Do they just stop living on the fish, or what happens? I don't know. But I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Okay, well, so we'll let this barge go by and we will resume. But the thing is, like, you know, especially with dragging baits, y'all, it's, you know, where I found these fish at, they are super scattered. And basically, like this is kind of a, I'm gonna say it's more of a, I guess it's kind of, if you think about it, it's kind of a sand bottom almost. It's more mud than it is sand, but so anyway, you can look at it and it has like the little, if you look at it, looked across the desert before, it's got the little like dunes, right? And they're hiding behind that, which coincidentally enough, when we were in Mississippi, we were fishing, you know, we were catching our fish. That's exactly where them fish were hiding. Now, granted, these ones out here, they only probably come up about a foot or two before they drop back down, before the next one rises up, and they come up about a foot or two, where they're on the Mississippi River, they were like 5-6 feet. You know, that's how high they come up. Of course, it always has consistent higher current, so they're going to build up a little bit higher regardless. But that's what I was scanning out here in the main channel. That's exactly where them fish were sitting. So this little bit of current has got them positioned behind them things. That's kind of neat. It's kind of neat to kind of just, you know, which I kind of know that if, especially if I fish, especially around, you know, big chunk rock or a hard bottom or gravel, you know, like a pea gravel bottom, or even like a clay bottom, a lot of times those are fire spots, but when they're not, You know, bottoms like this are kind of what they're looking for, you know, like mud banks, and, you know, I don't know why. Maybe it's softer on them, I guess. I don't really know why. But I do know if one's not working, you could definitely try the other one, and typically one of the two is going to work. Now, is it going to produce big fish all the time? You know, maybe not, but, you know, it'll definitely produce fish. So, if there's anything to take away from this video, that's probably one of the key deals. Think he's got it this time? Yeah, he's got it this time. Where are you going, buddy, besides trying to tangle everything up? It's not a bad fish, but he bit like a little one. Yeah, God, don't get in that line. He is going to get in that line. Fought pretty good in the beginning. Dog, he's digging. But he's digging right over top of the other line. Okay, I mean, if you want to go that way, we'll go that way. Yeah, he's not a bad one at all. Bit like a little bitty one. And I guess that goes to show you. Which way you gonna go, man? God, I got a feeling he's just gonna flop in that line. Oh, don't do that. Yeah, he's not terrible at all. Well, good. Come over this way. I don't know why you bit like that. You old lazy fish, maybe? God, he surely bit like a little one. Oh, yeah, that's a decent fish. Come on. Golly. Man, I got stuff everywhere. Come on, get off there. Yeah, that's a decent fish there. He's gonna be right at 30 for sure. Yes, sir. Yeah, he's gonna be right at 30 for sure. You, sir, are definitely glove worthy. What do I do with this up here? Yeah. Yeah, look at this dude. All right, let me get a picture of him. All right, let's let this dude go. One more look. Yep, he's right at 30 for sure. All right, thank you, buddy. Beautiful fish, you. Bit like a dang little one, though. I mean, he just barely pecked at it, just barely did anything with it. That's something else. I thought for sure that was a little fish. Just by the way he bit. Nope. Still got it, buddy? Yeah, he's got it. I was gonna freshen the bait up, but it's not a terrible fish. Well, he's moving kind of easy. Now he is. Heck yeah. This is kind of fun. Come on over here, buddy. Oh, well, it's a good thing I cut that head, because he knocked it off for sure. God, the old spastic thing, you. Come on up here. Easy, easy, easy. So you are just mad at the world, ain't you? Golly. Just a hateful old thing. But good looking fish though. I definitely appreciate that. Thank you. I was gonna swap that head out anyway. Hurry up, run back down there, see if you can find it. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, he still got it. Kind of put the brakes on there. Yeah, he definitely kind of put the brakes on there. Staying down. It's always a good sign. That's a fish on that one. I mean, he is definitely staying down. I mean, he has to be a decent fish to eat that big old piece of drum. Got good head shakes for sure. Oh yeah, he ain't terrible. Old male. Yeah, he ain't terrible at all. Get the old net. He's definitely a netter. God, he just got a huge head. He absolutely inhaled that bait. Well, get it out. Sit. Okay. Heck yeah, buddy. Old big-headed male. perfect, right in the corner of the mouth. But I mean, you can you can just look at this mouth and see that he was not going to have any issues getting that in him. Just all spawned out, trying to get his life back, fish. But that is a big. Look at the head on that dude. My Lord. Well, I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Good looking fish. Just hateful. He was burping up some nastiness for sure. Oh, man. This is too much like fun, y'all. I mean, had a couple good opportunities, had a couple decent fish, I think. Like here recently, and it didn't work out. That's okay. I'll take one of those as a consolation prize. Big old chunk of drum. I'll tell you what, I haven't used it much, but I like it. And apparently so do the fish. Oh, God dog. God dog, I didn't see that at all. Yeah, I didn't see that at all. All I heard was drag peeling. Oh yeah, it's a good fish. This is a decent fish here, y'all. Got good head shakes to him. Well, now he's kind of giving up. Well, don't do that, buddy. Well, I'm sure y'all seen it, but I would imagine he walloped it. If I had to guess. Which way you want to go, buddy? You want to go this way? That's fine. I will accommodate. We got two sides of this boat. We could even go up front if you want to. He is definitely gonna need this. Oh, got one. Oh, got one hitting that outside board. There's the bubbles. Yeah, he's about as big as that last one. Just feistier. Yeah, he might be slightly bigger than that last one. Slightly. This one's got a little bit more meat to him. Come on over here, buddy. Yeah, this one's definitely bigger than the last one. Heck yeah. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, yeah. This is another one right at 30. All right, let me get you down here, buddy. That aluminum's hot. There we go. I'm really glad that I got these boxes with that sea deck on them, because it sure helps with, like I said, because back here it'll burn a fish in a hurry. Oh, you are. Okay. Let me get this out of the way before you get to flopping. Heck yeah. Let me get my camera set up because this is gonna have to happen. All right, let's get him up. I say him, her. Another decent fish. Look at that, look at that. Heck yeah. All right, get a picture real quick. Okay, one more look at this girl. Look at her. Yeah, this fish is upper 30s for sure. Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, she ready to roll. Thank you for not doing that in the boat. They get to flop around in this boat, man. They start beating themselves up. Makes me feel bad. Well, all right, y'all. Me and Lizzie decided that it's time to go to the house. We put a hurting on these fish today. It's been a while since I've had days like this, but that's one great thing about, you know, this river here is, you know, that caliber of fish, them 30s, 40s, 50s. I mean, once they finally get out here moving around, like if you've watched me since last year, you see what it's like in the winter, man. We just have an absolute blast when these fish are actually out feeding. I'm kind of on them, well, today I'm kind of on them a little sooner than the fall, but the fall bites is absolutely fantastic out here. And to have a day like today, like we did, you know, I mean, water temp's 91 degrees, and you know, who would have thought? Basically, I don't know, the only thing I can really say is I went to a spot where I knew it had, you know, it had structure on the bottom, it had, you know, deep holes nearby. It had all the makings of a fish that would want to just kind of, you know, move not far to feed. Plus, it had bait there. So that's what we kind of searched for this morning. Because when I come out every day, yeah, before I leave the house, I check the weather. I check the flow schedule for the current. You know, there's a few things I check, but once I get to the river, and I kind of know a little bit more about what the actual flow is for current, and I know where the bait is positioned, say in the water column, or how easy or hard it was for me to catch bait that morning, that's how I make my playbook for the day. And so knowing the few things that I do know, which it ain't a lot, but I do know a little bit as far as like where it comes to finding these fish, that's why I decided to go start where we started. We yielded one fish, you know, so the idea, the area, the positioning of the fish was correct. And what I was thinking this morning when I got out here, what wasn't correct was the type of bottom that active fish would be sitting on. So like I said back there where we first started, it was kind of a harder, like pea gravel, probably a stiffer clay bottom, you know, because it was in between, you know, some rock bluffs and stuff like, so it's just going to be a harder bottom all around. And I could tell, because you can see, like, if you kind of remember earlier today where that rod tip was just kind of, I mean, you just kind of watched it just, you know, kind of bouncing because it was getting caught in them rocks and popping free, caught in the rocks, popping free, where now we're like on a soft, like sand bottom. It's the only thing I can explain it. It could be mud. But when I've been reeling in them weights, I haven't really had a whole lot of mud on them. It's been kind of like a lot of sand. So anyway, and this stretches for miles. Like I say miles, but it stretches for another couple miles. And but that was the only change we really made. Well, that and obviously the stretch of river changed, but I don't think it really made a difference to stretch of river. I think the bottom made the huge difference. And sometimes I run into that. Like I'll fish a type of bottom and it just be absolutely phenomenal. And then I go fish that same type in other stretches and I do just as good. But yeah, I mean, that was, you know, that was it. That was kind of the few things. Drum was killer. I'm gonna have to do that. I actually live scoped them 2 drum this morning. I kind of know where they're hanging out at right now because they're just absolutely feeding up. And I had another bigger one on beside the boat, but he came off. So I live scoped them up this morning. So anyway, great day, man. What an outstanding day to put that many good fish in the boat. Finally put that many good fish in the boat. If we keep going, I know we could catch more, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep beating on these fish. You know, because I definitely need them for a future video. So I will take what I learned today, and then we will apply it to next trip, but just in a different area, and see if it works in a different area. I've been playing, you see I've been playing around with them rattles. Did they help today? I have no idea. I really don't have any. I mean, I've gotten just as much bites with them as I have without them. You know, but there is that offhand chance that it does create that one bite, you know, that you wouldn't have got. You know, we're talking a very, very small percentage of bites that you wouldn't have gotten had I not been using the rattles. So I don't know if you could weigh out the pros and cons and stuff like that. But, oh, anyway, I was gonna put this out on the video. So I've had a lot of people message me wanting to send me, you know, like rigs they use, hooks they use, floats I mean, just a bunch of stuff that they want me to try, you know, put it in a video and kind of give them my thoughts and stuff like that. And and absolutely, I want to do that. But my wife is not very comfortable with me putting out our home address. So, which I understand that. So, but anyway, I do have a P.O. box where you guys can send that stuff to. It's linked in the top of the description. So if you want to, you know, send little things, which I've already gotten a few, like a guy tied me up some flathead rigs. I've gotten some other stuff too. But if you want to send me stuff to try out, to talk about, you know, that's fine. I'll do it. You know, I mean, I'm always looking for the next best thing, you know, out there. And just like me, I love building my own stuff when I can or when I have to. And I know a lot of you guys out there do the same thing because you tell me about it, you know, either on Facebook or in the comments. And I absolutely love that. I mean, you know, competition drives innovation, and I absolutely love it that, you know, people do that, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, anyway, it's linked in the top of the description, my P.O. box, so you can send that stuff there. So I look forward to seeing what y'all send. But, oh, wait, hold on. Oh, he dropped it, but probably a little fish. But anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you watching this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.